Hi everyone, this is Joe from the Northeastern Native Plant Digest, and today we're going to be talking about swamp milkweed. Hey, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a fantastic week. So I thought I'd do a video about swamp milkweed, Asclepias incarnata. It's in bloom right now in my garden, and it's actually one of my favorite plants that I have in bloom, not only this time of year, but any time of year. I absolutely love this plant, and there's many reasons why I love this plant. And I'm going to go over a couple of those in this video today. So as far as the plant itself, it's a native herbaceous perennial. It's native across the entire United States, except for some of the farthest western states like California, things like that. It's also has a range that extends up into Canada. It's hardy from zones 3 through 9, and typically you're going to find this growing in the in wetter areas, as the name implies, swamp milkweed. This is a plant that's very well suited to wet environments. You're going to find it growing in ditches. You're going to find it growing in sunny swamps, bogs, things like that. This one is growing here by my pond. I have a lot of them growing in my garden in other areas as well. They can handle heavy clay. These are growing in pretty much solid clay right now, and it's thriving. All the ones that I have growing in my garden right now are doing really well. They actually adapt really well to average garden soil too, so you can incorporate them into really any kind of soil. They do like moisture though, so you're going to want to make sure that if you plant them in drier locations, you're going to probably want to supplement their water by watering them. Absolutely beautiful plant. I love the mauve pink colors of these. There's also a white variety, but I actually prefer this color. They actually really smell wonderful. They have a wonderful fragrance to them. So this particular milkweed can get to be about 3 to 4 feet tall, maybe even a little taller, 5 feet. This one's actually probably about 3.5 feet tall. One of the stalks is kind of leaning over there because we had some rain today. So they do best in full sun, 6 hours of sunlight or more. They can take some shade, but they're going to flower more in the fuller sun. So you want to keep that in mind. So milkweed. One of the things that milkweed's very well known for is being the sole host plant for monarch butterflies. So if you're looking to attract monarch butterflies into your yard and get caterpillars and watch that whole process of life go on, you definitely incorporate milkweed into your garden. And a lot of people might think of milkweed. The name is I really don't like milkweed. It's funny how we name all of our native plants weed, like ironweed, milkweed, butterfly weed. These are not weeds. They're wonderful native plants, and they deserve a place in our garden. In fact, I think for me, they're like the only things I want in my garden almost anymore. Great pollinator plant for bees and little bees, honeybees, bumblebees. And in addition to monarchs, they also are a host plant for about 12 other different species of butterfly and moth caterpillars here in the state of Ohio, including the Cecropia silk moth caterpillar and also the Isabella tiger moth. So you're not only going to be helping monarchs, you're going to be helping other species of butterfly and moth caterpillar as well. So that's something else to keep in mind. And it's really exciting when you start going down this path of native gardening. It's really exciting seeing all that life come back into your yard. Too many times, we have so many non-natives, and most of them are sold with the tag saying pest free, pest free, pest free. So we kind of shun wildlife from our yards instead of welcoming it back in. And that's really, for me, what part of what gardening is all about. So as far as growing these, I'm actually starting to see these a lot in nurseries around here. So that's really encouraging. I was at a nursery over the last couple days, and they had a number of swamp milkweeds and a couple other different kind of milkweed, common milkweed. But you can also grow these from seed pretty easily. I've started a lot from seed, If you don't know how to get a hold of some seeds from a friend who might have some growing on their property or something like that, they're readily available online. Prairie Moon Nursery, Prairie Nursery, even eBay. You can find swamp milkweed seeds. One thing to keep in mind is that they do need about a 30-day cold stratification period. So if you're gonna grow these from seeds, you want to either make sure you buy them and they've already been stratified, or you either want to try and keep them in your refrigerator for 30 days or more, or like me, I just kind of spread them out in the yard in the fall where I want them to grow, and they spring up fairly readily. In fact, I have a bunch of them coming in, and I'm going to walk over here to this new bed that I've been working on. So this bed, I have a lot of them coming in here. I took out some northern sea oats because they're absolutely running rampant in here, and they just spread a little too aggressively for me. But in their place, I've got a lot of baby milkweed coming in all over here. So I'm really excited about next summer. Even though this summer is not even over yet, I'm really also looking forward to next summer because these are really going to start filling in this bed. So swinging back around here to my main stock here. This one's actually just volunteered here, and I have some over by the house too, but it's done blooming. One of the a couple interesting things about swamp milkweed is the name Asclepius incarnata. I don't know if if you're familiar with Greek mythology, Asclepius was the Greek god of healing. And if you've ever seen the medical symbol of the rod and the staff, that was called the staff of Asclepius. And it was also kind of similar to the staff of Moses. In the Old Testament, Moses had the staff he lifted with the brazen serpents and all that, and they kind of incorporated them. But that medical symbol actually comes from the rod of Asclepius. So Asclepius incarnata, carn, C-A-R-N in Latin, means flesh. So some people think that, like carnivore. But some people think that the color of these flowers is kind of reminiscent of the color of human skin. I'll let you be the judge of that. I don't know. Another kind of interesting thing about milkweed, some, not all, they exude, like if I can break a piece off here, see if I can show you. See if I can get a shot here. They exude a white kind of sappy, where's it at here? I don't know if you can see that or not, but they exude a sap that actually has latex in it, and it is toxic. So you want to make sure if you get this stuff on you, I would recommend washing your hands and making sure you get it all off, because it has cardiac glycosides in it, and which is toxic for people. It's also toxic, I think, for animals, which is one of the reasons why monarchs have kind of benefited from feeding on this, because it makes them poison. And a lot of people think that the color orange on monarchs is like a warning symbol for birds and stuff like that, to say, hey, don't eat me. I'm poisonous. You don't want to mess with me. And but monarchs have adapted. They've kind of, through adaptation, evolution, whatever, they've developed the ability to overcome those toxins and that latexy sap. So that's pretty good. So it's really awesome. Makes this plant, I like this plant. I love this plant. So hopefully you'll love it too. And I would encourage you to buy some. Get some seed. Try to start some from seed. Go to your local nursery. See if they have it. If they don't, ask for it. That's how we're going to get more native plants being sold and grown in our local nurseries, is if we go in there and ask for it, because unfortunately, everything seems to be about money nowadays. So there you go. I just wanted to do this video. Just wanted to encourage you to, think outside the box. If you've never planted native plants or even considered them before, I would, think about it and give it a consideration. And I mean, you can't deny the beauty of these flowers. They are absolutely stunning. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this video. I appreciate all my subscribers. Thanks for all the positive comments. I really am happy to hear people leaving comments about how they're planting native plants in their gardens and in their yards. It's really awesome to see. I think this movement's kind of catching on. I think people are actually starting to to realize that, hey, there's something wrong, with our environment, and we're overusing non-native plants. It's not that you can't use non-native plants. I use non-native plants. I have some hostas. I have some, Asian azaleas, Japanese azaleas, things like that. But, we also need to make room for native plants. And, for me personally, I try as much as possible, 90 to 95% of my plants, I try to make them native. Some of them are native, but they're not even native to Ohio. So that, you got to think of that too. But I'm really excited to hear about all you guys out there planting native plants, and keep giving me that positive feedback, and keep letting me know what you're planting, what's working for you. If you got any suggestions or anything of videos you'd like to see of other plants that I might have, I'd be happy to do a video on that. So I hope you have a great day. I'll talk to you later. Have a nice 4th of July. And thanks to all of our servicemen and women out there. Appreciate your service. Goodbye.